This net meets each Thursday at 8 o'clock Central Time in support of the University of Alabama's Amateur Radio Club. You do not have to be a member of UARC to check in, and all properly licensed amateur radio operators are encouraged to participate. This is N4LX, Michael in Dalton, Georgia. I'll be your net control station for this session of the net. Stations with emergency or priority traffic can break the net at any time. And before we get going any further, are there any business or announcements for the net? All right, let me close my office door there and mitigate some of the background noise, if any. The University Amateur Radio Club thanks Fred W5MGM for facilitating Echolink IRLP and All-Star connectivity for our net. We also thank Owen W3NH and the North Alabama Repeater Association for the use of their IRLP nodes. A list of participating stations to the net can be found online at uarc.n4lx.com. And hearing nothing from as far as business or announcements, I got things a little bit out of order there, but I'm probably the only one that noticed that. Anyway, I said I was going to have some trivia questions tonight, but I have been basically since Saturday from Dalton to Coleman to Memphis to Little Rock, and then to Dallas, back to Little Rock, and back through Nashville on the way back to Dalton today. So it's been kind of hectic few days. So I don't have any trivia for you tonight. I would be interested to know who was able to attend Huntsville Ham Fest this last weekend, Saturday, and what's the next Ham Fest everybody's looking forward to. So without further ado, we'll take some check-ins, and then we'll get your comments and whatnot for the net. When checking in, please give your call sign slowly and phonetically using ITU phonetics along with your name and location. We'll start with stations checking in from the Tuscaloosa area. Tuscaloosa stations, please call now.
This is November 8th.
This is Kilo Oscar for Indigo Lima Sierra, KO4 ILS Cassandra Bell from the University of Alabama, originally from Wake Forest, North Carolina.
I'll try again. My bad.
All right, Mark, I don't know if your hand's slipping off the push to talk or what's going on there, but I got you checked in N8GVF, Mark, Tuscaloosa, and I got Cassandra, originally from Wake Forest, now in Tuscaloosa, KO4 Instrument Landing System. Thank y'all for checking in with us tonight. Any others from the Tuscaloosa area?
AM4 VPG, Douglas. Fayette, Alabama, roll tide.
Bravo, bravo.
All right, let me acknowledge Douglas and Fayette, KM4 VPG. We got you checked in, and a real scratchy Foxtrot Bravo Bravo. Come again with your prefix, name, and location, please.
Yankee 5, Foxtrot, Bravo, Bravo, Frank, Northport, Alabama.
Thanks for checking in with us, Frank W5FBB in Northport. And Douglas, thanks for the first roll tide of the evening. I don't think anybody should be able to get away without one of those tonight. Any other check-ins from the Tuscaloosa area?
Well, sort of there. K4CWW. I feel funny checking in anywhere else. K4CWW, Tuscaloosa, on the move, portable in Fayetteville, Georgia tonight. Nice to hear Cassandra in there and some of the folks down there in T-Town, so they stirred me up to go ahead and check in.
This is Kilo Mike 4, Juliet Alpha Kilo, David in Tuscaloosa, out here on the quad on Get On Board Day.
All right. Well, we got Perry in Fayetteville, Georgia. Not real sure that's where you're supposed to check in, Perry, but I guess we'll let you get away with it. K4CWW, thanks for checking in with us and for all that you do for the net. And the same goes for David in Tuscaloosa on the quad, KM4JAK. Let's get a roll tide, David. Come on.
That's a roll tide.
All right, nice to be a get on the board day. Get on board day. I don't think I've ever been to get on board day, and I've spent enough years at the university that I should have. But we'll count this as my first attendance. Any others checking in from the Tuscaloosa area?
And KC8ZTH standing right next to him at Get On Board Day.
All right, Laura, anything else you'd like to add?
We have got a ton of kids interested in Radio Club tonight, and it's hot and sticky, but great. And Mark's here, his battery's just gone.
Okay, Laura, thanks for checking in. I was trying to get a roll tide out of you, but maybe on the next go-around we can get one. This is N4LX in the University Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net. Any other check-ins from the Tuscaloosa area?
Kilo Mike 4, Yankee Mike November, Josh in Tuscaloosa.
Kilo Mike 4, Sierra Tango, Oscar, Tuscaloosa.
I got Josh checked in Tuscaloosa, KM4YMN, and KM4STO as well in Tuscaloosa. What's the name, please?
The name is Jerry, Jerry.
All right, Jerry, thanks for checking in with us tonight, KM4STO. Any other check-ins from the Tuscaloosa area? All right, quite a respectable crowd from Tuscaloosa tonight. Let's move on to stations checking in from the Birmingham area. Birmingham stations, call now.
Yeah, hello, Michael. This is KB9LBP, Steve in Fairfield, Roll Tide, / Iowa Hawkeyes.
I'll go again since we doubled. W3NH, War Eagle.
Kilo Delta 4 Golf Sierra, KD4GS, Jimbo in Shelby County. Go Rebels.
This is Kilo Golf 4, Victor Yankee Delta, Buddy in Briarfield. Roll Tide.
This is Kilo Victor 4 Sierra, Russell in Chelsea, Alabama.
Nice. 12 minutes in, I've already had to turn the sheet of paper over here. Good deal. So we got Steve in Fairfield, KV9LBP. We got Owen, W3NH, in beautiful unincorporated North Jefferson County, forfeiting his chance for comments tonight, as did Jim, KD4GS, and in Shelby County. And we're glad to have with us in Briarfield, Buddy, I'm sorry, Buddy, let me try this again. Casey, oh, I know this, Buddy, KG4VYD. There, I just kind of scribbled it there. And Russell, KV4S in Chelsea. Thank y'all all for checking in with us tonight. Anybody else from the Birmingham area? Yeah, all right. I'm surprised I didn't get a snarky comment from Owen or Jim on that one. So we'll move on to Huntsville. Any Huntsville stations wishing to check in with us tonight?
Lima Mike Golf.
Kilo Oscar 4, Poppy.
All right, let me make a quick aside. We are on 3 different voice over IP networks in addition to RF links and RF repeaters, simplex nodes, and every other kind of variety of thing that you have going on. Sometimes it takes the whole network a couple of seconds to catch up. So when you guys hit your push to talk, hold it for a couple of seconds, and then start talking so we don't miss the first part of your transmission. So first of all, Huntsville, I got a Lima Mike Golf. I don't have the prefix, name, or location. Could you come back with that, please?
Whiskey 4, Lima Mike Golf. It's Howard in Lacey Springs.
All right, Howard, good to have you with us. W4LMG from Lacey Spring. And I got a Kilo Oscar 4 Papa from Huntsville. Let me have the suffix, the full suffix, name and location, please. Kilo Oscar 4 Papa. All right, the Kilo Oscar 4 Papa station checking in from Huntsville. Come again with your suffix, name, and location, please. Nothing heard. Moving along then. Any other stations in Alabama? Any station anywhere in Alabama wishing to check into the net?
Papa Yankee Oscar, Kate Colucci, and Owens Crossroads.
Oscar 4, Lima Yankee, X-Ray, West in Huntsville.
Kilo Mike 4, Bravo Golf Foxtrot, Billy and Owens Crossroads.
Huntsville. Did you get me now?
No, all I got was Huntsville that time. Try it one more time. I guess this is the KO4P station. Try it one more time, maybe 2 or 3 times in a row. Maybe we can get it off.
Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Yankee November. Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Yankee November. Kilo Oscar 4, Papa Yankee November. Chris in North Huntsville.
I got you, Chris, KO4PYO, and I also got a KM4PYN. I'll come back to you in a minute, as well as Billy, KM4BGF, and Owens Crossroads. But there was another station, another KO4P station, other than those checking in from the Huntsville area. That's a little bit scratchy. I didn't get the name and location and the suffix. So the other KO4P station. Come again one more time with your full call sign, name, and location, please. All right, kind of got a weak signal there, so maybe you can increase power, change location, all that good stuff, and get back to us. We won't mark you off the list, and we'll listen out for you. Now, there was a KO4 Papa Yankee November that I did not, let's see, no, now I'm confused. The KO4, I think it was PYO, that's Chris in Huntsville, right?
Sure, it's KO4PYO CAD. The acronym is a bit hard to pronounce. It's like Caden without the N.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I heard Owens Crossroads. I wasn't sure if that was you. I haven't gotten used to the call sign yet. So KO4PYO. We got Cade and Owens Crossroads, and then the next one was KO4LMX Chris in Huntsville. So, and then I got Billy, KM4BGF in Owens Crossroads. Anybody else checking in from Huntsville or anywhere else in Alabama tonight?
On that call, Kilo Oscar 4, Lima Yankee X-Ray, RIT, Radio India Tango Zulu in Huntsville.
K4 X-Ray Sierra Sierra, Tony, Huntsville.
This is KM4STO in Tuscaloosa with a relay. That station is trying to reach you. Is KO4 Papa Yankee November. And his name is Chris.
Okay, thanks for the relay. So KO4PYN, I thought I had a PYN in there, but my notes kind of got a little messy there. So I guess I got 2 Chris's in Huntsville. Or no, I got Chris in Huntsville and Chris in Huntsville. KO4, yeah, and I did Chris in Huntsville. Now, let me try it one more time with the, I'm so confused now. I'm usually pretty good at this. I think I called you KO4. I got your call sign wrong anyway. So let me tell you who I've got from Huntsville, and if I didn't get you or get you correctly, we'll try it one more time, and I'll see if I can get this sorted out. So I got W4 LMG, that's Howard in Lacey Spring. I got KO4PYN, Chris in Huntsville, KO4PYO, Cade in Owens Crossroads, KO4LYX, I think, Kritz Chris, I think you're the one I need the call sign again. Billy, KM4BGF, Owens Crossroads, and Tony, K4XSS in Huntsville. So, Chris, I think you're the one I've got your call sign messed up. Let's see if we can get it right this time.
Kilo Oscar 4 Lima Yankee X-ray, and the name is Ritz like the cracker. Rodeo Radio India Tango Zulu.
Okay, I think I got it that time. KO4LYX Ritz in Huntsville, and KO4PYN Chris in Huntsville, KO4PYO Cade in Owens Crossroads. And yeah, anything, did I get all those correct anyway? Okay, let's continue. University Amateur Radio Club which is actually better, guys. Trying to strategies around and down and see as well as I could. And the tree also got shot back. I appreciate you guys doing it. All right, go ahead and open it up to anybody, anywhere wishing to check in with us tonight. Carl, I put you at the top of the list since I chatted with you a moment right before the net. W84AQW in Maryville, Illinois. We'll give you a chance to come up first on the list when we go back around. Anybody else, anywhere, wishing to check into the net? I think that was Billy, KM4BGF. Go ahead.
Not sure if everybody's hearing it or everybody's having the problem, but on the Huntsville, Peter, your audio got really bad on that last transmission. I'm not sure what happened.
You were full quieting on this end, Billy. I didn't have a problem hearing you, so we'll move on into the fog, as Perry would say, and see if we can't get the check-in portion of the net taken care of. 20-some-odd minutes in yet. Any call sign anywhere wishing to check into the University Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net?
Good evening. This is Kilo Charlie 4, Zulu Yankee Charlie, KC4, ZYC. My name is Howard, Hotel Oscar Whiskey, Alpha Romeo Delta, located in Beloit, Bravo Echo, Lima, India, Oscar Tango in Wisconsin. Roll Tide.
N4LX, this is WA4AQW. We're going to be a short time. Michael, thanks for running the net tonight. This is WA4AQW.
All right, Carl. Well, I'll go ahead and let you have any comments if you've got any before you jump out on us. Like I said, I put you up at the top of the list anyway. You got anything to share with us before you bail out? You're welcome to do so now.
Yeah, N4LX on the net. This is WA4AQW. Good evening, Michael, and to everyone on the net. Nothing really important. It's just been another hot day. 99 degrees was high temperature at this QT8. It was 101 yesterday, and we're headed back up for about 100 tomorrow. No rain, very dry. Things are starting to turn a little bit brown, and the only thing that's saving the tomatoes is we put a lot of water on them in the morning and the afternoon. They're high. We'll pass along another Roll Tide in 4LX and the net, WA4AQW.
All right, Carl. Well, try to stay hydrated and certainly try to stay cool up there. It was about 97, 99 every day in Little Rock and in Dallas too. A little bit more bearable in Dallas with lower humidity, but it was certainly hot the whole week wherever we happened to be, and only ran into any rain today. So coming back in a couple of spots. So we've got coming out, I mean, everywhere. We've got 3 little Roma tomato plants, and they're not huge. Tomatoes, perfect for, putting in a salad or tacos, that kind of thing. A lot of meat and not a whole lot of juice and seeds in them. Those 3 plants have really been putting out well, just sitting here on the balcony. So anyway, keep those tomatoes watered, and we'll catch up with you again next week, Carl. One more time, any further check-ins for the net? Anybody, anywhere? Oh, Howard, I got you up there in Wisconsin. I don't know if I acknowledge you, KC4ZYC, with a nice Wisconsin Roll Tide. Anybody else? Okay, I probably should have mentioned this sooner. If you can't check in with us RF tonight and would like to be acknowledged on the net or show your support, you can do that at uarc.n4lx.com and click on the big check-in link at the top of the page. And we'll try to acknowledge your web check-in during the net. And I'll try to remember to mention that again moving forward. So. We'll go back up to the top of the list now, hearing no further check-ins, and we'll take some more after a little while. But we ought to really get to some comments tonight. I guess our topic tonight is Huntsville Hamfest. Who got to go, and what was that like, and what's the next Hamfest that everybody's looking forward to? Mark in Tuscaloosa is first on the list in GVF. All right, not hearing Mark. We'll move down to Cassandra in Tuscaloosa, KO4ILS.
I did not get the chance to go because I was busy moving into college. This is my first ever time ever actually being in Alabama, so I was a little bit preoccupied with that.
Yep, that'll do it. Well, welcome to Alabama. I'm not in Alabama, but I'm from there, and I certainly don't miss move-in day. So yeah, that would take precedence for sure. But we're glad to have you on the net and in the club, and hope to hear you on the net many times going forward into the future. Let's then continue down to Douglas and Fayette, KM4 VPG.
Good evening to the net. KM4 VPG, Douglas, Fayette, Alabama. Roll Tide. It's good to be home. I got home about 6 o'clock Monday. But I got out of the car and I had it set down, laying down on a wheelchair ramp. I thought I was going to pass out. He just sucked it out of me. Well, I thought I could make it on the ramp. No sooner than I raised up, I got swimmy headed than what I did when I first leaned on the ramp. So I sat down a second. Then went around there and went on up to the wheelchair ramp. Holding the rail. Get up here and the door's locked. So my son had to go from the carport door and come in and undo the door. I wasn't going to walk all the way around. But anyway, it feels so good to be home. I spent about 4, 5, 6, I forget how many hours on my VHF radio that I'm trying to get modified to make a note out of without modifying the radio. just using the ear and mic piece, and with a circuit board that I made and an ARA board from Techno George. I've had it to start identifying one time, but I even went as far as redoing doing another SD card, and still no success. Had my monitor and keyboard hooked up to it to where I could watch what's going on. I still couldn't get it going, so I give up. So, hope everybody has a good night. If not, I hope it gets better for them. And I'll say 73 to all. Good to hear everybody. KM4BPG back then for election.
All right, thank you, Douglas. This is N4LX in the University Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net, and I'll tell you, in my experience, I know it's really hard to do. It's impossible for me to do. Is when something's giving you trouble like that, sometimes you just got to let it go until tomorrow. And things, you get to a point where, it's like you need another set of eyes because yours has seen it enough times. You've been going through it enough times that you just got to get your mind off of it, because whatever the problem is probably obvious. You just can't see it anymore because you've been obsessing about it for so long. It's the hardest thing to do, and I'm not suggesting that I can do it. Certainly have a problem doing that, but anyway, I know you've been through a lot, and I know you're glad to be home. I was in the hospital with bacterial pneumonia for 6 days a few years ago, and I thought I was in bad shape. I mean, it took me 6 months just to recover from that, and so I know at least a little bit of what you've experienced. A small piece of it anyway, and I hope you continue to improve and feel better quick, and good luck on your project there. Hope you have some success with that. Next up is going to be looks like Frank in Northport, W5FBB.
And to the net, I really don't have anything to say except it's like everywhere else around Alabama, it's hot. But other than that, like I said, 73 to the net. Roll Tide.
All right, Frank. Well, yeah, it's hot everywhere. But that's it's August, so what should we expect, I guess? And it seems like, honestly, I remember a lot more days in the hundreds growing up in Alabama than it seems like we've experienced any time recently. I mean, it seemed like it was not that uncommon an occurrence for it to peak to go up over 100. So. I don't know, if we weren't complaining about it being hot, we'd be complaining about it being cold. So that's one way to look at it. Thanks for checking in with us tonight, Frank. I'm going to keep on moving down the list to Perry in Fayetteville, Georgia, K4CWW. Maybe we got your audio set where it needs to be now, Perry.
Okay, thank you. N4LX, K4CWW. I'll give you a little chatter here. First, when you had somebody talk about your audio, you had a one minute attack of the echo chamber down in the barrel, and it passed off in about a minute. You returned to normal, and it has not returned. But I think you're familiar with that phenomenon. I thought you'd want to know that's what happened. Okay, well, let's see. Got a couple of photos from David over in Tuscaloosa out on a quad for Get On Board Day, and man, the pictures look great. Looks like it was a wonderful day. A little hot and muggy, but not too bad. And over here, I don't know. I've been inside. I've got several things broken, so I'm trying to repair those. And I've got a mystery project right now, but it'll take a while to explain it. So I guess I'll take have a little mercy. You got a long list tonight. I don't know how many you got, but that's good going. Okay, well that'll give you a good sample on the audio. What do you say there, old man? N4LX, K4CWW.
Well, looking at the audio meter here, you're peaking at about -3 or -4 dB. Earlier I was seeing Owen peak at about -8, and Frank was blowing the speakers out over here about the same as you are. So I don't know. I think I kind of like it about where it is. If anybody else thinks it's a little bit too loud, let me know and I'll take it down a little bit further. But I think for the range of different audio levels that we're getting from the different nodes, I think you're in there. So unless I hear otherwise, we'll leave it at where it is at 80%. Anyway, it's always something, Perry. There's always going to be something broken needing fixing, because I think we'd get bored if we didn't have Murphy around to keep things interesting. I don't know. So I appreciate you checking in for all that you do for the club, and we'll keep on moving down the list to David at Get On Board Day on the quad, KM4JAK. All right. Well, maybe they packed up and went on home from Get On Board Day. I don't know. Let's see. Who's next on the list? Laura, you with us? KC8ZTH. How about Josh? KM4YMN.
Kilo Mike 4 Yankee Mike November. Josh Tuscaloosa. Yeah, I'm walking around. I hear you really well and getting good audio from you. I wasn't quite 100% paying attention, so I didn't think there was any trivia on this, but I'll just give my comments. And I don't have any comments actually, really. Just a warm day, kind of muggy out. Just walking outside right now, trying to get home. But I'm glad to hear you again, Michael. Actually, I wasn't going to check in, but then I had the radio on just monitoring, and I saw, it's Michael Tucker is calling in. I gotta check in and grab it. So I did. So it's good to hear from you again. And that's all I got. 73.
Well, we're glad you did join us, Josh. We'll take the check-ins any way we can get them. We appreciate you being there, and I'm kind of glad to be back behind the mic again tonight. No trivia tonight. It was Perry was supposed to do the net tonight. Had several things going on that precluded that from happening. So I'm sitting in here, and God willing, I won't be around again until September. The end of next month, I think, has 5 Thursdays. But I'm always available for filling in, and that's why I'm here tonight. So this is N4LX in the University Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net. We're about halfway down the list. It's at 24 so far, Perry. Doing real good. Any other check-ins? Anybody, anywhere before we move on? Nothing heard. If any of you would like to check in online and or can't get to us over RF for one reason or another, would like to check into the net, you can check in with us at uarc.n4lx.com by clicking on the check-in link at the top of the page. I've got one, which brings us up to 25, Perry. KD9 RSP in Green Bay, Wisconsin. That would be Jake checking in with us over the internet. And Russell, you can, when Russell last week, it was, I can't think of your name, David, who called last week's net. We had a web check-in from K4DXY in Centerpoint, so I'm going to go ahead and put him on the list too. It makes us 25 tonight. So moving on down the list, Josh was last. Next up is going to be Jerry in Tuscaloosa, KM4STO. All right, not hearing Jerry. We will continue to Stephen Fairfield, KB9LBP.
Yeah, hello, Michael, and everyone else on the net. N4LX. This is KB9LBP. Name here is Steve in Fairfield. And want to say Road Tide / Iowa Hawkeyes. And I wanted to tell Howard in Beloit, Wisconsin there, when I was a freshman at Iowa, we were, all of us were forced in our freshman year to stay in a dormitory, but the guy down the hall from me was from Roscoe, Illinois, just a few miles, like 5 miles south of Beloit. But anyway, him and I, we went to Roscoe and we stayed there for the weekend with his family. But Howard, I got to go to Beloit there and go through the Beloit paper mill there. And that was really an exciting venture to see how they made the paper rolls and so forth. I think there's, I don't know if they're still in business or not. They might have been bought out, but that was back in the early 70s there. Wanted to tell Michael that I've been doing some research in this new M17 digital format. That looks kind of promising. But other than that, just enjoying the hot weather here down here in Alabama. Thanks for picking me up, Michael. Back to you.
Well, since you addressed him there, we will Steve will we'll go ahead and see if Howard's got any response for you from Beloit there. Howard, KC4ZYC, go ahead and respond to Steve if you like.
All right, thank you, Michael. KC4ZYC, and gonna have to keep it a little short here because just realized my dinner break here at work is over. Well, Beloit's changed over the years. I've only been living in Beloit for about 8 years. I'm originally from the Central Florida area, hail from Melbourne, Palm Bay area, and also spent some time in Orlando. And the company I work for is down in Huntsville. And, well, a company I work for has an office in Huntsville, let's put it that way, and among other locations around the United States and Canada. And when I was there on business last summer, I stumbled across this net and been trying to check in when I can ever since. No, if the paper mill was downtown along with Beloit Iron Works, it's long gone. I don't believe it's there anymore. The area where Beloit Iron Works is has been repurposed. They've got a lot of new companies there. They've got Rakuten and I think Ebates is down there. They also have a brand new YMCA. So, yeah, I don't think you recognize the place all that much because it's changed so much. Part of the Ironworks building is still around, but like I said, a lot of it's been repurposed. And downtown area, they got a couple of new hotels. They still have the Ironworks Hotel, and then right across the way from there is Hotel Godwin, I believe, or Goodwin, something like that. The college is still there, but a lot of new business out toward the east. There's a big ridge on top of, there's a big ridge over by 3990 that they've got a lot of new businesses on, and used to be all farmland many years ago, but now they've got, well, let's see, Pratt Industries is one of them, and Amazon's another new company, and a little apartment complex just down the road from some of the newer buildings there up on the ridge. So with that, I'll go ahead and turn it back to Net Control. And gentlemen, I need to get back inside. I'm sure my customer's looking for me at the moment. KC4 ZYC back to Net Control.
All right, Howard. Well, good to have you with us. I heard you mention that you were in Cincinnati at one time, and we had another guy that checked in with us from Huntsville or Madison, I think, a few times that had also been in Cincinnati when he was growing up, and I lived there for 8 years and enjoyed living there, and try to get back and visit at least to get some food. A lot of things I got used to eating there you can't get anywhere else, so you gotta go to Cincinnati every once in a while just to stock up on Izzy's pickles and Skyline chili and all that good stuff. So anyway, thanks again for checking in with us, Howard. And we'll move on down the list to I shouldn't, but I will. Owen, North Jefferson County, W3NH. Go ahead, sir.
Well, good evening, Michael. This is W3NH, and I'm a little under the weather with allergies right now, so I'm not my usual gung-ho self. And I threw that War Eagle in because we didn't have any trivia questions, so I didn't figure it'd count off. But if so, that's fine, all in fun. Actually, I never went to Auburn either, but my brother did. Not much going on here, just staying indoors, staying out of the heat, trying to get motivated to do something, but the house is hot. I don't cool but just this one room, so the house is pretty toasty, but I think we'll get some breaks in this heat next week, and I'll get busy with the house. And when I heard everybody saying get on board, when I think of that, it makes me think of my wife telling me to get busy doing the laundry, the ironing. Ironing board. Okay. So that's my humor for the night. So back to you, Michael, in Foilex with the net, W3NH.
Well, if that's your attempt at humor, I will apologize to the net on your behalf. That was a sad attempt at it. I'm going to caution you to watch your mouth on the net. What you said when you checked in is not appreciated, especially from the likes of you, Owen. So anyway, we appreciate you and everything that you do for the net. Hope your allergies will let up on you a little bit. Get in there and do that ironing. Okay, moving on down the list. Jim in Shelby County is next, who also needs his mouth washed out with soap. KD4GS. All right then, buddy in Briarfield, KM4VYD. Or I'm sorry, buddy, KG4VYD.
Yes, KG4VYD. Good evening, everyone on the net. Just a lot of heat going on here. Kind of keeping our eye out to see what Hurricane Ida is going to do in the coming week. And looks like we'll probably get a bunch of rain out of it. That's about all we got down here. Back to the net. KG4VYD.
All right, buddy. Thanks for checking in with us, and we appreciate you being there. This is N4LX in the University Amateur Radio Club Thursday Night Net. I did get another web check-in this week from Dave, K4DXY in center point. Pulled a back muscle and overly medicated or highly medicated. I am unable to check into the net with us tonight. Dave, glad you got to check out some new beers. Unfortunately, you'd have thought, having been across Tennessee into Arkansas and Texas the last few days, I would have gotten to try something new and different, but not so much. Got a little sake at the Asian grocery store in Dallas while we were there, so that's the only thing different that I've been able to experience. Let's see if there are any other check-ins, late check-ins for the net. Please call now. All right, and web check-ins are available, uarc.n4lx.com. Click on the check-in link there at the top of the page, and we'll try to acknowledge your check-in during the course of the net. KV4S Russell in Chelsea is next.
Well, good evening to the net. Thank you for taking my check-in, Michael. That's a big roll tide from Chelsea, Alabama. Y'all realize we've only got a couple of more weeks, maybe 2 more Saturdays before we have a Alabama football kickoff. So better be watching your P's and Q's and get ready for a great fall football season. Not a whole lot going on here. We're on our 2nd week of school. We're starting to get into the swing of things with the kids. Just heard today they're going under a mask mandate, so I'm not 100% sure. We've got some new things ordered for them for that, and possibly might pull one out to homeschool. I don't know for sure if that's going to happen yet. We're kind of playing it by ear. Other than that, I have some bad news on my yard. It looks like I've got some army worms. They've killed half of my front yard. And we had a guy come out today and spray for them, so hopefully they won't kill the other half. But hey, on the bright side, maybe I won't have to cut that half. With that, don't have anything else, so I'll turn it back over to Ned. And don't forget, I said roll tide. KV4S, Russell and Chelsea.
You sure did, Russell, and roll tide back to you. I don't know, condolences on the lawn or congratulations on the lawn. There was a guy in Coleman that one time he's been a silent key for years now. But the repeater site, it was always an issue keeping the brush from growing up around it and inside the fence. And so one time he I don't remember what the substance was, but he said, "Oh, I got something that'll take care of that." And went up there and sprayed this stuff around. It killed every bush, every tree, every blade of grass, everything. It was just dirt, nothing but dirt, and nothing would grow there for years. After it's probably something that's banned or has been banned, or maybe it was even banned and he just had left over in the garage or something. Said, "Well, I'll take care of this once and for all." But certainly did not need to be mowed for quite a while after that. So anyway, thanks for checking into the net tonight, Russell, and for all that you do for the net. We'll keep it on moving to Lacey Spring next, and let's see if I can get it right. Well, it's Howard, KW4LMG. All right, nothing heard from Howard. I will say that we are about to hit the 9 o'clock mark. So if anybody's got a 9 o'clock disconnect for the net, we're probably going to be past 9 o'clock. I'm sure we'll be done by 9:30 though. Next up then is going to be Cade, Owens Crossroads, KO4PYN.
Afternoon. It's KO4PYO, by the way. I did hear my name, though, so gonna go ahead and give you the update. All right. I did attend Hamfest, but from that, I got two things. I got an FTDX 1200 transceiver, which is very, very nice, by the way. I got a great deal on it. And I also got COVID-19. So now I'm stuck at home for the next 10 days or so, and I'm really bummed out that I can't attend the HRC meetings in person. But luckily, there's always Zoom and ham radio and these nets to keep me company for the next 10 days. But yeah, that's really all I got to say. Roll Tide and back to net. Have a great day.
LMG.
All right, KO4PYO. I thought there was a PYN in there as well. This second page of notes here is just, I'm so confused. So maybe we'll get that sorted out. Sorry about your COVID-19. That's one reason that we did not go, even though I've been planning since the beginning of the year to get to Huntsville. Maybe next year. You're actually the first one out of, except for Cassandra, that even has commented on that. It's kind of fallen off as our topic tonight. So we're running long enough anyway. Let's go back to Howard then. W4LMG in Lacey Spring.
This is W4LMG. Sorry about that. I was running my mouth with my wife when you called it. I didn't hear it. Yeah, it's been a wonderful week. I finally got my truck back, and all it took was cubic dollars. I learned a valuable lesson, though. Don't loan your truck out to your grandson and let him drive it for a while and thinks he's a mechanic and fix anything that goes wrong. But I didn't make it to the Hamfest. Unfortunately, I've had about 3 or 4 back operations, and the last one wasn't too successful, so I can't walk around too good. So I was stuck at home. Other than that, everything is going good. The weather out here on the side of the mountain is not too bad. It's a lot cooler up here on the side of the mountain overlooking Huntsville than down in Huntsville. It's about 4 degrees cooler up here, so that's a good part. Back to net control.
All right, Howard. Yeah, I bet it is. I bet it is a little bit cooler up there, a few degrees anyway. And I don't know. I'm on the one hand, once it's 95 or 110, it's just hot, But also at the same time, I want to say every little degree will help when you're that hot. At least in the mind anyway. Like maybe the placebo effect or whatever, but. You're not the only one with back trouble tonight. That was Dave's K4DXY's ailment that kept him from checking in with us tonight. So you're in good company there. We're glad to have you with us anyway, and we'll hope to hear you again on the net coming in the coming weeks. Let's see. We got K. Next is going to be Ritz in Huntsville. KO4LYX. All right, this is N4LX in the University Amateur Radio Club Thursday night net. The cat is not happy. He is not happy that we have been gone. Left him all alone for 5 days. He is not a happy camper. So he's going to have to get some real serious attention after this net tonight. Any late check-ins for the net before we roll on? All right, nothing heard, and the web check-ins are still available at uarc.n4lx.com for anybody that would like to check in that way instead of RF. Next on the list is Tony in Huntsville, K4XSS. All right, continuing on. Next is going to be, let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, Billy. I skipped Billy. KM4BGF at Owens Crossroads.
Hey, Michael and everyone on the net. I was thinking maybe I just got skipped over tonight. No big deal. Now I couldn't remember what order I was in. Had a great time at Huntsville Ham Fest. Sorry y'all didn't make it out, but I completely understand with the stuff going on. Cade's the first one I've heard so far that got COVID. I'm wondering, it's possible he got it there. Maybe he already had it, but hate to hear that. We had a good crowd, lots of fun, and lots of work. I'm still recovering, but other than that, don't really have a whole lot. Just want to stay roll tide, and y'all have a good evening. KM4 BGF.
Well, Billy, on the one hand, we've been vaccinated and all that, so I don't know what the chances of getting it are. But I guess the chances are out there even for the vaccinated, and quite frankly, I'm tired of wearing a stupid mask. So I won't share any opinions or anything like that with the net, but I am tired of wearing a mask, and I'd just about rather sit at home than go out and do something and have to wear the stupid mask, especially when it's this hot outside. So anyway, glad it went well, and I do hate that Cade picked up the old Rona up over there, but you don't sound bad, Cade. You don't sound too bad over the radio anyway, so maybe it's not too severe. Anyway, thanks. I only skipped over you by one, Billy, but it counts. Like I said, I made a mess of the second page of the list, and so I'm kind of just doing the best I can at this point. There's KO4PYN, Chris in Huntsville. Go ahead. Okay, next, see, we got Howard already. Dave was an online check-in, and so was Jake, so that's the end of the list. Do we have anybody else wishing to check into the University Amateur Radio Club net?
Jeff, with a quick comment. I would like to say that I don't know if Chris wasn't able to get back in or what happened to him, but Chris was there at the Huntsville Ham Fest, and him and his buddies worked their butts off, and I really appreciate all the help they gave to the club and to the Huntsville Ham Fest committee at Huntsville Ham Fest this past weekend. KM4 BGF.
Well, sure, and I think one thing that we failed to recognize or think about a lot of times is how much effort does go into putting a ham fest together. Even a small ham fest, there's a lot involved in making it happen, and so certainly hats off to everyone who put forth that effort and that expenditure of time and effort and certain degree of stress as well. Even fun things can get stressful. So we certainly appreciate everybody that contributes to Huntsville Ham Fest and the other Ham Fest that we all enjoy. hopefully next year we'll be able to get back to normal with the ham fests and enjoy them like we all used to. Fingers crossed, knock on wood, and all that good stuff. Any late check-ins or final comments for the net tonight? All right, hearing nothing, I am exhausted, folks, but I've been glad to call the net with you tonight. It's been a heck of a last few days. I don't know how many miles it is from what did I say? Dalton to Coleman to Memphis to Little Rock to Dallas to Little Rock to Nashville to Dalton, but it's a lot of miles over the course of 5 days. So I'm glad to be back home tonight, and finally, I think I've been home about an hour when it was net time. So I'm glad to be here, and I'm going to go rest for a little while. If you have any comments or questions regarding the net, or if you'd like to volunteer as a net control station on a regular basis, on a fill-in basis, or on a one-time basis, you're welcome to get in touch with me at n4lx@n4lx.com or Perry at k4cww@comcast.net. As always, we thank everyone who make the net possible each week, and to each of you for participating in the net tonight. We had 25 check-ins, not bad. I haven't seen a number like that in quite a while. So glad to log 25 of you tonight from all over the place. Wisconsin and Alabama. We got Georgia in here, and Alabama, obviously. Let's see. I guess those are our states for the night. And of course, the reflector is out of Texas and all that good stuff. So anyway, we will continue on. Please join us again next Thursday night at 8 o'clock Central Time for our weekly net. Right now, it is 9:08 p.m. Central Daylight Time. This net is closed, and the frequencies, nodes, repeaters, and reflectors are returned to normal operation. This is N4LX. Roll Tide.
BGF, I think I missed mine. Roll Tide.
Better late than never, better never late. N4LX.